Hi everyone. This is my first live for the week. Can you guys hear me? Because I'm wearing my earphones. Can somebody confirm that you can hear me? Hello? Okay, perfect. We're just waiting for a few more people to join. I wasn't able to do any other live this week. I'm sorry about that. Hi guys. Well, I got a lot of emails this week. Success stories, and I got questions about the 60-day challenge. I got questions on how to proceed next. We got a lot of things going on this week. So I'm just going to give it a minute and then dive right into it. And if you guys are doing the 60-day challenge in my bio, if you have a specific question or if you're stuck somewhere and you need an answer right now, just got your 60-day challenge last night. That's great. And I think then we might have spoken on email today because I'm all caught up on emails as of now. And I'm really excited to have you. I'm excited to have you, and I'm excited that people are putting this commitment in themselves. You know what I mean? Like I put like a symbolic price on it so that everybody can get it. But really the work is you committing. You're gonna do something in terms of work to manifest your ideal life, and it's going to be daily. Because it's just easy to say, oh, I'm going to meditate every day. And, then you sit there, you're trying to look for a meditation, you don't know what to do, you give up, or halfway through your phone rings, what have you. It's easier to do it as part of a group. It's easier, and I'm excited. There were some questions about it, so maybe I'll address it in a bit just in case somebody else has questions or has the same question. And guys, remember, like, some people are coming up because this challenge has been out for, I want to say about 40 days. And some people have asked me as I'm approaching the 60 days, what do I do if, like I've had some success, but it's not quite where I want to be. And then I said, do not put any time pressure on you being able to manifest at the same speed as everybody else, right? Because you have your own set of limiting beliefs, you have your own set of sort of what you need to get over in order to manifest. Here's how I am convinced this works. Once you have a desire, it is meant to be yours. And it is not true that everybody desires the same thing. It is completely not true, right? I see this when I ask you guys to do the 60-day challenge and send me your life in images. Everyone's life in images is different. So it's not true everybody just craves millions of dollars and big homes and all of those things. Everybody craves different things, and you will desire never stops, right? Because at every point as you satisfy one desire, you want something else, and it's normal. It's normal. That's life seeking out to live more, to express more in the world. You're an expression of infinite consciousness which wants to experience itself, right? But if you know how this works, and if you want to choose the experiences, not everybody does. Pay attention. It's probably whoever's on this live does, but not everybody does. Some people just say, no, I leave it to God, whatever it is, or I leave it to whichever way my life goes, that's how it's supposed to go. Or they go ask a fortune teller, how long am I going to live? How's my life going to go? Do you recommend any books to read? If you click my bio, the link in my bio, I will have there a link that's an Amazon. I'm not associated with any of the authors, but they're like beginner level books and harder level books. And it's all books I read, I have in my home, I made notes on, and we can talk about. Don't buy them all. Buy one at a time or two at a time, go through them, and then go from there. Those are like, sort of the best of the best in this field. I know there's a lot of books out there on manifesting and what have you, but I have some more scientific books like Joe Dispenza with, his quantum, like he's all about quantum physics and how to go into the quantum state and then select the probability that you most want, to really more metaphysical books. So it just depends on what level you're on. Let's see. Yeah, so I sort of curated that list for you guys if you want to go over there and pick some book, pick a new book to get. Ooh, thank you so much. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. Love Joe Dispenza. I've been to a Joe Dispenza seminar last October. I highly recommend it if you're on this path. It's not for beginners though, just to let you know. You will be shocked by the experience if you're a beginner or new at this. The guy is very, very metaphysical, and the whole experience is very hypnotic, and it will affect you in many ways. But they're incredible. His retreats are incredible. So for those people that got the 60-day challenge this week and sort of wrote me some emails, questions, maybe you're a little confused, but what it is it's an Excel spreadsheet you have to download, and you have to commit to yourself to open every day and do as per the instructions, right? So somebody asked me, do I have to send you my life and images every day? No, of course not. You're supposed to put together images that represent your ideal life and gather all that information. Take a week or so. Just look on the internet. These images, a lot of them will come to you, and then send them to me as accountability. Of course, you don't have to send them to me, right? But I want people to stay accountable in doing the work. The reason I show up on these lives is because I care a lot about this group of people who want to do this work. We're all like contributing to the group energy. We actually stand in a circle symbol. If you look at my username, I have a circle and an infinity. The circle is for the power of the many. Infinity is for power. So our power is infinite. We draw from the infinite. And I just wanted to make sure if you're going to do this guide, you're going to do the work with the rest of the group. Some of us are in the 60-day challenge, like I said, for just over 40 days, and some of us are new as of this week. Thank you for the roses. But I'm here to help everybody, and I'm here to, sort of direct you as to it depends on where you're at and what you want to manifest. Where do you think, and a lot of people actually are new to manifestation in general, which I didn't think, because I've been on this path since 2014. So, for me, it's very important that you understand you manifest all the time, at any point in time. You don't sit down with a guide and you start manifesting. That's when you manifest with intention. That's when you put intention behind it. But you actually create your life with every thought that you have. And it is estimated we have about 60,000 thoughts per day. 60,000 thoughts per day. Of course, you won't be able to monitor 60,000 thoughts per day, right? But what you want to do is sit there and intentionally set whatever you want to unfold. And also, because this work is daily, because you're showing up on these lives, it's always in the back of your mind. Then what you do is, when you have a negative thought, you remind it, and then immediately you say no. Now pay attention to this. The universe doesn't understand negation. So for example, when you say, I can't handle this, and you have a feeling towards an event, you get more of that. Because what the universe here is, this is what I'm focused on. I can't handle it. So when you encounter something negative, somebody asked me this and I want to answer for the group. What you need to say is just a simple no. Just your disagreement with what's happening. No, this isn't mine. And then immediately focus on something else. I do this a lot in traffic, and I rarely hit traffic nowadays. It's no, and then I think of puppies. Like, I'm never focused on the experience I do not want. And I don't say, oh, I don't want traffic. The universe hears traffic, right? It's kind of dumb that way. You know what I mean? As intelligent as it is, it just doesn't understand our human language, right? Because it translates our vibration and our feelings. I'm focused on the traffic. I'm invested, building up anger. Then it's returning your investment. Whatever feelings you invest is what comes. Is it good news to Aries? I don't do zodiac signs. Is the link to download the guide in your bio? Yes, it is. Let's see. Have you watched The Secret? Yes, a long time ago, 10 years ago when it came out. I manifest best parking spots for me and more lately. You won't believe this, but I actually manifest a spot exactly on the spot that I say I would. Like I would be like, yeah, I'm manifesting to the right of this store, right? Because I go to this plaza or to the left of this store, and I tell whoever I'm in the car with, and they invariably they're like, no, you said you would. I said, yeah, it's gonna be like right there, you know. Invariably somebody pulls out and I go in. I did a little game with somebody who emailed me yesterday, somebody who's doing the challenges in our group. I said, you better manifest the number 684 on a car, because this person was talking to me about cars. And then I got an email later today. I said, do it before my live. And then I got an email today that this person has completed. He said, but I saw 6084 or something like this. And of course, like the moment I step out of the house today is like 684 on a license plate. So pay attention, because we attract everything we talked about. Everything we talk about, we attract. So even though my instruction was for this person, I said just for fun, manifest just a random number on a license plate. I manifested it. I got fired from my job. The universe shoved me out of that job so I can live my dream life. This exact thing happened to me about in 2014. Do you believe, and it was the best thing ever, you're right. Do you believe in reality shifting and opening your eyes to a whole different reality place? Yeah, that's what quantum physics is about. It's about the fact that the potentiality of an event, of any event, exists at all points in time. And then based on your intention, you align yourself with the potentiality that you vibrate in alignment with, right? Like you can measure now, you guys know that they can measure thoughts, like the frequency of a thought. Like they have scientific studies where they put you know, like I'm not sure what it's called, right? But when they put the stickers and they measure, and they show images to people, right? So if they have a thought of fear or a thought of pleasure, they show them all sorts of things, right? And different parts of the brain fire with that, and there's a frequency associated with that. Now think about if you stay in a thought that's fearful, and that is the frequency you're emitting, because that's what's happening, right? So the reason they can measure that frequency is because you're emitting it. So, you know, in this case, they're measuring how the brain goes through images and what it does. It emits frequency, right? So if you have all sorts of different thoughts all day, it's kind of chaotic. So you don't know what's going to manifest. But most people have a lot of feelings of fear. Fear of loss, fear of debt, fear of more bills coming, fear of their significant other, loving somebody else, wanting somebody else, etc. And that's what manifests, right? Because that's what you emit. How can I figure out my money block? Why is it that you don't have money? Tell me. Why is it that you're not a millionaire today? What's the first answer that comes to mind? Is it possible to time travel, reality shift to a past state and relive from that point onwards? Here's the problem with that. The past doesn't exist, right? The future hasn't happened. It doesn't exist either. And the past doesn't exist. It's just a memory. The possibility of it having happened and not having happened, it depends on you. It depends on your observation. You think it happened because you've observed it and it's now a memory, but it doesn't exist. So you can't go back to it. It's not like a place you can go back to. Okay, so I spend too much, bills coming all the time. Why aren't you out earning your bills? These are the questions you need to ask yourself. Why aren't you, not that you spend too much. You spend as much as you want to spend. Why aren't you out earning that? There's always a wave, ups and downs, I figure, in life, but in the end, it puzzles itself. I don't know what that means. I wasn't born rich. This is a huge limiting thought. This is saying only people who were born rich would have money. Of course, this is not true. We know the majority of the world billionaires now were not born rich. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, I don't remember his name, whoever invented Snapchat, who's a multi-billionaire. None of these people were like mediocre families, mediocre income. So the fact, this is actually such a ridiculous thought. I'm not rich because I wasn't born rich. Think about it. The world has proven you otherwise. So I just want you guys to ask yourself, why is it that you don't have the money that you want? Like the first thought that comes to mind for a lot of people, they think the opportunity has passed. They're too old. Like I can't make it now that I'm X years old, and whatever that X is, it's different from people to people. But of course, like history is full of people who became millionaires in their 40s, 50s. Didn't Colonel Sanders become a millionaire in his 60s with a chicken? What's the chicken place? I don't know. I don't eat junk food, but I remember reading, because I read a lot of business stuff. Do you believe in the multiverse? Absolutely. It's been proven, I think, or they're working to prove this scientifically. I thought because I didn't work hard enough. No, another very erroneous thought around money is that you don't work hard enough, and that's why, or that you need to work super hard to have a lot of money. And that's of course not true. We all know plenty of people nowadays who we call them being lucky with money. And I'm not talking about the lottery. There's so many ways. Like, I personally know a guy who before the age of 24 bought himself a Porsche with cash that he cashed out in 2021 doing crypto. He was investing for about 3 years at that point, small sums. I think he started with like, I don't know, $2,000. So, it's not about working hard. It's not about that. In fact, when I manifested myself out of a job where I worked way too hard it was a nice sum of money, but still, I made more money and I worked less because I changed my mind about needing to work that hard for that amount of money. I work a lot, yet still not enough. Stop associating income with money. Income with hard work. Shiba Inu, yeah. I remember Shiba Inu. I'm very conservative with these things, and I invested $500 in the Shiba Inu. I think it's not worth $200. But I know somebody else who didn't invest enough but cashed out. He put in 40. On October 1st, I remember this guy, so you can check me on it. October 1st, 2021, he put in 40. And October 30th, 2021, he took out 82 in Shiba Inu. So that was nice. Stop thinking you have to work hard for money. How do I install new thoughts so it feels real? You have to do the daily work. You just got the challenge. I know you said that. You have to do the daily work. And don't forget, when you're doing this daily work, okay, thoughts would come up to contradict you. People ask me, how long is it going to take? It's going to take as long as it takes for you to convince your subconscious of your new identity. I put a video out today. It's called, I think I called it Manifestation Biggest Secret, because it is. You manifest your identity. You manifest who you think you are. If you think you're like the rest, you're going to have the life like the rest. If you think you're a little bit smarter than the rest, or better than the rest, or better looking than the rest, you're going to find that you attract a bit better than everybody else. If you're going to think you're a lot better than the rest. It doesn't matter if it's true or not, by the way. I had a video I've done a couple of months ago, and I said the biggest manifestor of our time is the 45th president of the United States. He thinks he's so much above the rest. And it doesn't matter, you love him, you hate him. This not a political talk. The thing is, life returned to him what he thought about himself. His life is pretty good and way better than the rest. Think about that. Think about that. What are you going to decide your life is now? Are you better than, and when I say the rest, I mean the median population. How do we use your meditation in the process? By the way, my meditation must be used until you understand those concepts as facts of life. So a lot of people do it every day. I've had people tell me they do it every day. I myself listen to it. Okay, not every day, but I listen to it and I'm like, yes, check, because it's sort of like a downloaded thing that came to me to tell you guys. You need to listen to that as a way of understanding how reality unfolds. So listen to that anytime, like you're driving, you're shopping, you're going for a walk. Just listen to it. Listen to it and see where, if there's anything in there that you don't really agree with, ask yourself, is this a limiting belief for me? Like, why do I have resistance towards this concept? Those affirmations are becoming very natural to me. Yes, Disraeli, but you've done the work every day for the last 45 days, right? What do you think about programming the subconscious while you sleep? I don't think it's enough. I think you have to, so our mind, the way it's been described and the way I believe it works is the conscious gives instructions to the subconscious, right? But the conscious has been given instructions and solidified the subconscious in our childhood. It's still entered through our conscious mind. And to reprogram it just with sleep affirmations, I think because the world is so imposed on us in our conscious day-to-day life, you couldn't undo that damage unless you willingly took steps during the day in addition to whatever you're doing at night. So I don't think it's enough. But I think it does work, if you want to add it. Some people can't fall asleep listening to anything, right? So I don't want to say you have to do it, and then people will feel very stressed out that they have to do it. Okay? The 60-day thing that's in my bio, do not put even this time pressure on you. You will see many, many improvements in your state of mind and in your being if you do this work with a group. But don't put a time pressure to manifest a specific thing at the end of the 60 days. It might happen to you sooner. It might happen to you later if you learn to let it go. Is Ashley on the live? Ashley is one of the first people who started this challenge. And she said, I've manifested this and I manifested that. Why can't I already manifest what I want most? I'm not going to say what it is, but this. And I said, because you work so hard at it, right? The rest, you kind of you wrote out the instructions and you let it go. You wrote them out and they kind of you're not as attached to the outcome. The more you're attached to the outcome, the harder it becomes. The more time pressure you put on it, the harder it becomes. Okay, so I want you guys to understand that the thing you want the most, you're probably offering the most resistance to. Can you walk us through each tab? The first tab, so the instructions are on the first tab, right? So I'm skipping the instructions. The first tab is your life in words, and you have 60 rows. It has some pre-populated rows. So the first thing it has is your goals. Put your goals, your manifestation. Goals usually fall into 4 categories. Goals about your body, goals about your relationship, money, and career. That's what most, if you have another goal, you can insert another one. Then you have the premises. The premises you need to print and put everywhere. I have them everywhere. I don't have them anymore on my steering wheel, but I used to. Okay, I have them in the bathroom, I have them in my closet, and I read that to myself all the time. That's the only thing you should repeat, guys. Don't repeat what you're trying to manifest. When I manifested myself at a certain weight, which I've been for over a year now, okay, and I have video proof and photography proof, I didn't say every day to myself, I'm 126 pounds, I'm 126 pounds. That's not it. I wrote about it and I let it go. And then my affirmation was around everything I speak comes true. Everything I speak comes true, right? So really the premises are the foundation of your other affirmations. And that's the only thing you should focus on. The rest, no, don't repeat the goals. Put your goals and sort of forget it. And the beauty of this is when you come back to your goals, you're going to see that you realized goals that you forgot about. Like I put a goal that I wanted to be put in a specific business journal with something I was doing twice in a year. That was a goal that I had at the end of a year, and I forgot about it. And 2 years later, I look back and I was like, yes, they talked about me twice in that year, which is crazy because I had forgotten about the goal, right? But what I was affirming is everything I write down in this journal comes true. Everything comes true. Do you know what I mean? So you need a foundation for your other affirmation. Do not obsess with what you're trying to manifest. Do not read that over and over again. So I just wanted to make sure you guys understand that you're not obsessively reading your affirmation. You're reading each row one time. Now you can repeat the affirmation the next day. So for example, I wrote a few times that I was 126.6 and my skin was super clear and, you know, my body's toned and my abs are showing. Like I wrote in different ways about it quite a few days out of the 60, but I never went back obsessively to read that and to sort of, you know, I sort of just said, yeah, that's where I'm at. That's how I see myself in my mind. And that's what manifested. So, can you change your age? I love that. I love that. Why not, right? Like if you can change your sex on your birth certificate, why can't you change your age? You identify as being born in, fill in the year. And that's it. That's all there is to it. You can definitely manifest looking younger year after year, looking better year after year. Right? Can you give us a brief overview of the whole process? Queen, you've been doing this for a while. Goals, premise, daily affirmation. The premise, you print, you put it everywhere, you read it all the time. The entry, you do once a day, one for the body, one for the money, one for the career, one for the relationship, whatever comes to you that day. Listen to the download that's coming through. In the universe is speaking to you. What is it you want? Ask yourself, how do I see myself today? How loved do I see myself? I am protected and provided for. I am the priority for all men I date, or I am my husband's dream woman, or whatever comes to you, right? You enter that. I am a very desirable man. Everywhere I look, put something specific just for fun, okay? I'm talking about in your daily, okay? Just so I put in there, I can't remember now because I do this once a year, like throughout the years, and I put one like I'm something that's not likely somebody. I'm saying hypnotic and mesmerizing, and somebody said those exact two words to me, like randomly, like an older lady, and I was like, oh my God, these are the words I just entered yesterday in my diary, right? Because you're vibrating that out, and if you're vibrating it enough, if you're vibrating it enough times with enough intention, people will mirror that back to you. This is how the SP works, right? This is how you get back your SP or you get with an SP. If you're vibrating it enough, other people repeat back to you exactly what it is you think about yourself or you write about yourself. I've been elaborating in the daily affirmations. Oh, and by the way, because we're doing this as part of the group, the affirmations that are pre-populated, read them one time for others. So as you do your work, some of them are already there in the cells. Think of this group of people. We're like over 100 people doing these affirmations, and think of it for the others, for the good of others. So when you say abundance is my birthright, just say abundance is the birthright of everyone in the group. Okay, give something back. By the way, this week's challenge, we got so many flamingos manifestation from last week. I thought from 2 weeks ago I'd get more turtles than flamingos. I got more flamingos than turtles, which is amazing. It's either the group has increased in power or there's a more preponderance frequency of flamingos versus turtles. What do you think it is? I got like over 30 flamingo success stories, like randomly out of the blue, people just seen them either in videos or somebody in the yard or what have you. I keep getting those. Okay. So this week, okay, and I'll give you until the end of next week because I wasn't around until today this week. We're going to do something different, okay, for the two things that we're manifesting. The end of this live, I'm going to do the ladder meditation, which is a Neville Goddard specific way that he has proven to some people back in the day that this is how the mind works. And I think this is cool. This is a classic. If you guys don't know what it is, we're definitely, you're going to have fun with this. If you know what it is, we're doing it together as a group, and I need you to forget about it once I manifest, but I'll give the instructions in a bit. And then the other thing that we're going to manifest, this is, you guys know the story. I think like everybody on my live is part of the 60-day challenge. So you guys know about my coffees, right? So when somebody in my group has a success story that's both unexpected and highly beneficial, they send me a $5 Starbucks gift card. I have the coffee and I think of them specifically, like I actually consume it. So it's kind of like a ritual. So again, do not send me free coffees. That's not what this is all about. I only want it from the people doing the challenge who have had a success that they didn't expect to have. And I only accept $5 because I want to consume the coffee and think about this person. So in this context, okay, the challenge is this. This week, before the end of next week, you're going to manifest a free coffee for yourself. Somebody's either going to offer it to you or it's going to be free at the store, like it happened to me several times, or somehow this free coffee is going to come into your experience. Now, when you get the free coffee, you're going to consume it, okay? Think of me, think of the group. And then you're either going to, at your next drive-through, buy a coffee for somebody behind you, or you're going to send me my coffee, okay? Because the idea, what's the idea here? The idea is when you get something that you've been manifesting, you know you can do it again. So there is no, you're not gripping this. Like you're not like, ah, I got my coffee and I never got a free coffee and now it's mine. You're letting it flow through you. You understand? So consume the coffee that you're going to get for free. I know for a fact between now and the end of next week. And then either send me a coffee or buy it for the person in line behind you at the drive-thru. My coffee, Starbucks.com, $5 maximum, please. I think that's the minimum amount you can send. So, anyways, do this thing. I can't wait for your success story with the coffee because I'm manifesting the free coffee for you, for everyone in my group. Did you hear that, Ashley? Somebody's going to buy you a coffee this week or next week. Somehow you're going to get a free coffee and you're supposed to pay it forward. It's going to be so much fun. Can I do that in Canada? Yeah, you can do that anywhere. But don't send me a coffee unless you had success story. Okay, I don't need the free coffees. The coffee is about me consuming it, thinking of you. What is the challenge this week? So the coffee, and then we're gonna do one more, the ladder exercise. If you don't know what it is, it's a very famous exercise. Neville Goddard, which is one of the first people who talked about manifestation, like, I don't know, 100 years ago, is it already? Or almost 100 years ago? No, it was 100 years ago, because it was in the... Anyway, we're going to do that exercise, so stay tuned. What about coffee at the office? That doesn't count. No, specifically, you're going to get a free coffee. Like, or somebody's going to invite you for coffee, or it's just going to be in this context. It's going to be super fun, guys. I can't wait for this exercise with the coffee. I think the point is something unexpected. Yeah, and because, like, the coffee thing is a thing with my group, I'm making it coffee. So I want that's one of the two challenges for the next 7 days, okay? Neville Goddard. Did you guys know my story with Neville Goddard and his teachings? Like how I'm a literal manifester? Have you ever tried to do Neville Goddard's way of manifesting? There's a guy who teaches it on TikTok. His handle is at BW Manifesting or BW Manifestation. Okay, his name is Brandon. He's a very famous writer, okay? But he taught these concepts in a different world, right? Like he was teaching these through the 40s and 50s and I think maximum 60s, right? And there's like old recordings of him and what have you. So I sort of read about him years ago, right? And I said, I'm gonna do a couple of his exercises. And the two exercises that I did, they immediately came to pass, but it wasn't necessarily in a good way. So I was wondering if you guys had experience with being able to manifest something, but more literal, that when you got it, you were like, but that's not what I meant. And one of mine was, maybe I'll do a little video about this because almost everybody in the manifestation community would know of Neville Goddard. Me, I'm a very visual person, and when I see something in my mind, I get it, but I have to be careful because it's not always in the context that I want it. Yeah, I know Abdullah was Neville Goddard's teachers in the 1900s. Okay, so these are my two stories with Naval. So the first one, I listened to a lecture in which he said when he wanted to get married to the perfect woman, he thought, he just imagined, he didn't think of the perfect woman at all. He imagined himself wearing a wedding band on his finger, and he would only marry the perfect woman. And because of that, he met her like a few weeks later at one of his seminars, and he married her, and he was married to her for a long time. So I was like, perfect. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Again, this was years ago. So I'm like, I totally saw the ring on my finger. It was like three sides studded in diamonds and what have you. And I think it was like the next day. The next day I pulled into a parking lot and I found that ring on the ground. Like that, but that exact ring, like that Tiffany ring that I had in mind would be my wedding band. So, it was like somebody must have dropped it. It was November. So I immediately thought it's glove season. Somebody just took off their glove and dropped their wedding band in the parking lot. It was one size too big for me, so almost my size. I put it on, I looked at it, and I was like, that's not what I meant. Neville, thank you. Thank you. So that was one. Okay, so be careful with Neville, because his manifestations are very literal, right? And for some, the universe understands your intent behind it, but for me, when I saw the ring, I got the ring. And if you guys want to hear the second story of Neville, let me know. I have his complete reader, but I stopped. I found it redundant, but I need to revisit. Have you been able to manifest anything with his methods, like the story I just told? Okay, second story. Somebody's asking me for second story. Second story, he has another infamous story. And it's about a woman whose husband was deployed somewhere in the army. This was during the war or what have you. It was a long time ago. And she didn't want him to go. So her aunt came. She was very upset. And the aunt said, we can manifest this differently, different reality. So let's put our feet in the bathtub, because she wanted to be in Florida instead of where they assigned him, and close our eyes together. And of course, the power of them being two counts, right? That's the idea behind this group. We're more than one. And then they imagine themselves in Florida and feel that water as if it's the ocean water. And, they see themselves together in Florida. And then 3 days later, her husband, who was assigned to be deployed somewhere, he got reassigned to Florida, exactly as per her manifestation. So me, upon hearing this, again, this was maybe, I'm going to put a date on this. This is maybe like 2016 at this point. So I remember where I was working, for which company I was working at the time. And I was like, would be nice, it was winter. I said, would be nice for me to be in Florida in the water. And I envisioned exactly that. And like within a few days, I was called in if I could attend a conference in Florida. And I know this is too crazy to be made up, okay? But here's the twist. So they're like, okay, you know what? We should have really bought tickets to this client's conference. We didn't. We want you to go, just represent the company. It's like an in and out thing. You're flying in the morning, you're sitting for the afternoon thing, and then, you can either fly out the next day. I was like, the same day, I was like, that's too much. And they're like, okay, then the next morning or midday or what have you, because it was the last day of the conference. So I literally got there. I was so exhausted and annoyed of this thing that I'm not interested in. The hotel was across the street or the walking distance to the beach, right? So I actually went and put my feet in the water at the end of it. And then I had to take the flight the next day, which was like an exhausting and meaningless experience for me to get up and go and, set up my life such that I can take this stupid trip that didn't mean anything one night, like with my jacket, a winter jacket, and where I put this. And anyways, that's the point. The point is I got the experience I imagined, but that's not what I meant when I was imagining myself in a vacation in Florida, but it works. So be careful what you wish for. Sometimes you get it very literally, and it may not be what you meant. Never say your SP is obsessed with you. There's too many teachers around here who tell you to manifest them obsessed. Never do that. I also have a friend who did that. She didn't like the results. Obsession is a very, very intense energy, and you don't want to go there, okay? Never make that mistake. Focus only on you when you're manifesting an SP. The focus is only on you. I'm prioritized. I'm loved. Everybody who goes on a date with me can't wait to see me again. My husband adores me. He only has eyes for me. Don't make it about them. Don't make them obsessed. It's not that you can't, it's that you won't like the results. How do I feel something if I don't have it? It feels so unreal. Yeah, but Queen, you just started this work. Didn't you say you just got my challenge? If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. So this work with manifestation, Queen, it's very simple, but it's not easy. I hate when coaches tell you, it's so easy for you to get whatever you want. It's as easy as it takes you to change your mind. You manifest who you are. Go back to my account, watch the video that I posted today. That's what you manifest. You manifest who you are. Who you are, you build over whatever old you are, 25 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. You're not going to undo in a second. It's daily work. That's why I created this challenge. That's why I'm telling you. That's why I'm here for you to help you through this. It's not easy. It's not easy to feel something, but you will if you put enough intention in it, if you put enough work in it, if you read the premise over and over again, eventually you'll believe them. The same way you believe, listen to my YouTube meditation that I emailed you today. That's what the same way you believe the earth is round even though you haven't seen it from space. That's how you need to believe your new identity, because this is how you believe your old identity. You're not checking anything. You are who you are. I needed to hear that. Yes, yes. Don't put pressure on yourself. You need to do the work. What is the easiest way to attune to a specific goal, even though it may seem unlikely or hard to get? Are you doing the 60-day challenge in my bio? The easiest way is to change your mind about who you are. That's the easiest way. But that's not easy to do. You need to see yourself as the person who has it. You need to journal. Like, if I tell you to journal something now, you will find this hard. What's your goal? Give me a goal example. Goal with your SP. You're at your SP, or you're running a business that returns $1 million a year. Okay? Let's say you're running a business that earns $1 million a year. What is the day of the you that runs a business that earns $1 million a year? For some people, for most people, it will be hard for them to write a 2-page summary of their day as the person who runs this business, because the whole life you have now would be different. You would be different, you would behave differently, you would interact with other people that you don't know yet. You would need to let go of some of your existing people in your life in order to run $1 million business. Get it? Your identity is different. So somebody asked me, what's the easiest way to attune to a goal? Can you even do a 2-page journal tonight? You got to do the work about this person's life, the person who has that goal. Have my family all together in my home for a meal. So people ask me all the time, which one is the easiest to manifest? Your ideal body, your relationships, money. What is the easiest to manifest? The easiest to manifest is the area of your life where you have least resistance, right? For me, that was my body, because I never really had much resistance to looking a certain way. So for me, for a lot of people, it might be something else. So when somebody says to me, to have my family in my home, perhaps for some that wouldn't seem like a big goal, but it just depends on how you think they think about you and how you think your relationship with them is. Because there's something in there, a limiting belief, that's telling you this is hard to have my family in the same house. What is it? It is whatever you care least about, yeah. That will manifest the fastest. It's also like you have no resistance towards it. Because it doesn't seem like it's a lot. This is why sometimes you may want to manifest your goals in stages. Somebody wrote me today that they want to manifest $3 million as income or what have you. I said, why don't you manifest? Are you at $200,000 now? Right? Why don't you start manifesting 200,000? That's more believable to your mind. And then from there, once you have it, manifest 400,000, 500,000. If you haven't talked to them in years, it feels big. Try the exercise where you envision them calling you. You just pick up the phone and talk to them in your mind. But they called you, your phone rings, see that whole scene. I've manifested with people calling me with that. Not my family. I don't have, like, I have a tight relationship with my family. So it depends what, like, if you have a limiting belief in your family, like, this person can't stand me, then you'll have more resistance in imagining the scene and the scene unfolding for you. So can you manifest as many as you want at the same time? You can manifest as many as you can keep your attention to as a stable reality. How do you start manifesting? Do the 60-day challenge in my bio. It has a symbolic price around it. It's just value for value. And you start by doing my YouTube meditation, doing the 60-day challenge, and being part of this group. Manifest something legit believable. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing in this group with our fun exercises of flamingos and turtles. I give you guys exercises what to manifest every week, and people are having a lot of fun with it. Can you journal in my phone note? Yeah, it doesn't matter where you journal, but you need to see those words written about you. I love to journal in a book, to actually write it down. You can manifest. So, the one, I know the person who asked me this is doing the 60-day challenge. If you find it difficult to keep your focus on all of them at the same time, still do the 60-day challenge the way it's outlined, but then in your journal, only write about one area of your life. So if you're trying to manifest your SP, do all your affirmations about your body and everything, okay? In your journal, print out the premise that's in my 60-day challenge. Have those everywhere. Guys, have the premise everywhere. There are like 6 amazing premises, should be your life tenets of what you believe about life. Do my meditation, understand that you need to change your mind about the way the world works in order to be able to create a new life for yourself. I am trying to write more. Mona, I take care of my parents and uncle, and it consumes my time and energy. King, I think you know me from my relationship accounts, because I remember seeing your name. We're talking about mindsets and manifestation on this account. I have like 2 accounts on TikTok. They're both pretty popular. So when you're saying you take care of your parents and uncle, it consumes your time and energy, I think you mean more like in a relationship way. But if you want, David, send me an email and we can talk about it. mona.khad@yahoo.com. Can I record the premise and listen to them? Yes, record in your own voice and listen to it. It's, to me and to a lot of people, seeing the written word matters. So if you could also print a few copies and put in your closet, put in your bathroom mirror, something like this, it imprints, right? Because all images that we see in our mind, this is why sometimes you have dreams about things that you've seen in a movie or something you've seen on the news or what have you, because images easily penetrate our subconscious mind. So why not see an image where it says that everything works out for you and you have the life you want or what have you? I don't answer personal questions, guys, on this live. This live is about you, not about me. It's a mindset and manifestation live. Okay, let's see what else we need to talk about. When you contact me, please only contact me by email. I know I get a lot of requests on Instagram and what have you. It's just too much for me to manage. Email me so that I keep track of what we converse about if you're doing the 60-day challenge. Remember, success and manifestation is cumulative. So when your mind sees that you can manifest small things, it is much more likely to be malleable when you give it a bigger instruction. What if you have negative thoughts sporadically? This is a great question. To the negative thoughts, you say no. You simply say a no and you change your focus. I don't know if you're on my live from the beginning, but I gave this example about myself in traffic. Well, I'll almost never hit traffic now, right? So I just say no. Like, that's not my reality, but I don't continue because you don't want to speak something and maybe the opposite manifest. Just say no, and I think about puppies, or I think about, I don't know, coffee, or I think about something else. So that's how you deal with them. You disidentify yourself from your thoughts. You know it's a thought. It might not even be your thought, Queen. Think about how many negative thoughts we have been taught about the world by others. I'm used to build my momentum in life through faith and affirmations, but it is difficult. David, try to do the 60-day challenge that's in my bio. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. Yes, you can definitely journal in your phone notes if that's easier for you. Remember, you have to listen to the premises over and over. My YouTube meditation, by the way, is free if you want to just do that. But start with that if that's what you want, and then do the challenge with the rest, because there's a power in being part of a group, on doing the affirmations that I have in this program for others. The price is symbolic. It's like $15. I want everybody to do it, everybody to get the benefit of a daily practice. I wanted to see if there's any more questions before we move into... Wow, this hour passed by. You are an angel, Mona. Thank you, David. Thank you so much. Before we move into the ladder exercise. So if you guys don't know the format of my lives, at the end, I end with the tapping, the 369 tapping, which has made a lot of lottery winners out of my group of people. There hasn't been any amount that we can write home about, but it's all money people didn't expect. Like, a lot of people are I got a free coffee. I got my coffee from somebody in our group who manifested just under $200 last weekend, and this person said, it is my first time winning anything in the lottery. I know it's not like a big amount, but I think it's because of our tapping. And I'm like, yeah, it is because of whatever you think it is. So if I can convince you that you're a winner with my tapping, then you're a winner, and you're going to continuously win. You're alive. I love this life. Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't able to be on for the rest of the days this week, but I'm on for you guys. I draw energy and I give energy out of this group, and I'm just so excited for people to do the challenge with me and do the challenge with each other. And I wasn't on the live, and somebody asked somebody else, oh, do you think Mona's okay? And I was like, I really appreciated that. I know I always win when I do the 369, but last week I fell asleep and I didn't win this time. You're doing our 369 tapping, yeah? Yeah, like, we had so many winners, like a disproportionate amount of winners, really. Just very, like, small amounts. Ah! Hi, Queen, I haven't heard from you. The person who sent me the heart, she's somebody who shares with me sort of what's happening with her and everything. Not even free play. Well, that's because you fell asleep. Okay, so before we get to the 369, you guys understand what you're going to manifest over the next 7 days? Does everybody understand? There's two things. I'm going to get into the second thing. I got a job interview. I'll email you. Exactly, because you said you're not appreciated at your job. And I told you, I said, don't write to me about your 3D. I'm not interested in your 3D. Write to me about where the person you want to be is at. And you're like, oh, I'm at a job where I'm appreciated, blah, blah, blah. And now you have a job interview. Surprise! Like the rap song 369. Okay, so the free coffee, you're going to manifest over the next 7 days. And whoever, I'm not going to go through the whole thing again, but it's the inside joke with the coffee in my group. Basically, whoever has something unexpected and beneficial to them sends me a $5 coffee. I don't accept more than $5, and only if you're part of this work. So the manifestation challenge is you will manifest a free coffee for yourself over the next... I'm manifesting it for you, actually. I'm manifesting it for everybody doing this challenge. You're going to get a free coffee over the next 7 days. Somebody's going to offer it to you. It's going to be... The office coffee doesn't count. And when you get it, you're either going to pay it forward by giving it to somebody behind you the next day or what have you, or by sending me my coffee. Because the idea is you don't need to hog on anything, because more is coming to you. If you know you've manifested this, we've manifested this, then we can manifest the bigger things. There's no point in keeping things like that, right? You got to let it flow. You got to show the universe that you trust it. You're like, I got my coffee and I'm giving it away because I know this is how it flows. It flows. I literally just got a coffee pot for me. Do you know how many challenges I've had where people are saying just a few seconds, a few minutes before you said this really, can I tell your story about the tuxedo cat? Like I said, manifest a tuxedo cat. And he's like, literally for the first time ever, a tuxedo cat sat on my porch like a minute before you said that. I love that. Thank you. Yeah. So that happened to you, right? You saw, like, because I say these random things. I give you guys random things. Like for the first time ever, you got the tuxedo cat. David, were those birds from you? They were beautiful. Thank you so much. If they weren't from you, I apologize to the person who sent it to me. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Don't waste money on like this icons on TikTok. Manifest something meaningful for me. It makes me so happy. Your success story, and then send me my Starbucks $5 gift card. My neighbor's garden flamingo is cool. It flows at night. I see it every day now. It's crazy how this works. What's up, Hudson? Come here, baby. Come here. I know. You know what we're talking about. You're so cute. All right. I want to do the ladder exercise, which is classic Neville Goddard. If you know what it is, you're going to need to close your eyes for this one. Can I join any day? Yes, you can join any day. We have people joining all the time. So a couple of people joined today. You can start anytime. I'm going to continue doing these lives for everybody. And you can write to me anytime, but it has to be about the work that you do. The idea behind this group is we're sharing power and we're increasing. I just joined. Thank you. And you won't regret it. And everybody in the group who's doing it will tell you they had a success story, even if it's just a massive increase in their confidence. It's totally worth being part of this group. And by the way, you guys can connect with each other, right? Like if you see anybody who has a circle and an infinity symbol in their name, in my following, those are people who are doing the challenge and who are part of our energetic group. Definitely worth it. Okay. King, Jesse, how's the new job you manifested? The contract? I know you're doing the challenge for like also since the beginning, like 30 days now. For me, confidence and debts cleared. Actually, you didn't tell me about the debts cleared. I'm so excited for you. I know those weren't your main manifestations, but the bigger one's coming too. It's coming 100%. It has no choice. It has no freaking choice because there's a lot of us now. And as we're growing, I really need 369 people in this group, guys. But as we're growing, it's palpable because I'm getting more emails and more success stories and more people thanking me and more people like even contacting one another and each other. If you want to be contacted by the group, just put, do you see that circle and infinity Ashley has next to her name? Just put that next to your name so that the only us would know what that means. So only a member of our group would know that you're a member of this group. Is there a separate community? No, not for now, because I don't want to make people pay for anything. But if I come up with a format that would add value to people, and if I can put my time investment in it, then I will. It's just not for now. For now, you're doing the work. Show me you're doing the work. Whoever wants to be part of a group, which would also be at a nominal fee later on, but I want to make sure you're doing this work. If you can't do the work for $15, like why would you commit to a long-term membership? Hey guys, it's Jolie. Yeah, it's the value has to be 100%. Like when you're doing the work, you're providing the value to me. You're validating the validity of this work with your every success story. So without further ado, if you don't want to participate in the next two exercises, one is going to be a short meditation about what's going to, an experience you're going to have from Neville Goddard. The second one is the free coffee that we discussed. That's going to manifest in your life that you need to release right away by giving it to somebody else. I'm on day 3 of the 60 days, worth every cent. Amber, Thanks, Queen. I know it is. I know it is. That's why I even put, like, honestly, I thought of making it free, but it's not, a free things have no value to anybody. If I made it free, nobody would show up on this live. Like, you show up because you felt like, oh, you paid for something, you want to do the work. But I made the price symbolic because I want everybody to do it. Look how cute I am with that crown. When do you go live? I go live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. I couldn't do it this Tuesday. I had something going on. I also do some Mondays at noon for people in Europe because it's too late for them to stay up for 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We had a lot of discussion right now. Okay, guys, let's get into the ladder. If you don't want to do the exercises with us, you can drop the live. This is the end of the live. The exercise, the meditation is going to be about 2 minutes. The I am a winner tapping is 30 seconds. The sun really changed here. It's 30 seconds. So if you don't want to participate, you can drop. Otherwise, close your eyes now. Close your eyes. I shouldn't be seeing comments if everybody close their eyes. And this is a classic Neville Goddard exercise to prove to your mind how manifestation works. So let your mind be loose. You're part of the group. You're part of the circle. Take your place in the circle. And over the next week, you're going to climb a ladder. You're seeing yourself approaching a wall, and the wall has a ladder against it. It's made of wood or made of iron or made of anything you want, and it has 10 steps, and you're putting your first foot on your right foot on the first step. You're putting your hands around the ladder, and you start climbing the ladder. And you can even, as you're visualizing this, you're taking the second step now, see the ladder and tell yourself, you can say this out loud, I will not climb a ladder. I will not climb a ladder. I will not climb a ladder. Keep going, you're on the third step. Keep going, you're on the fourth step. You're almost there, you're almost at the top. Fifth step. Out loud with me, I will not climb a ladder. Keep going. Sixth. Seventh. See your hands going up. I will not climb a ladder. I will not climb a ladder. I will not climb a ladder. You got all the way to the top. You can open your eyes now and forget about the ladder. You're going to write to me when you will not climb a ladder later this week or next week. Okay, now let's put our mind on winning. Winning, okay? I usually get 3 to 4 lottery win stories every single week. Guys, I expect more now. I want more. I want more lottery winnings. I don't care about the amount, but you have to win. I'm programming your mind. You are a winner. We're all winners in this group. Put your hands together. Look in my eyes. We're going to tap 3 times, 6 times, then 9 times to I am a winner. After which you're not going to scroll. You're going to put your phone away for 5 minutes and you're going to sit with the feeling of over 100 people in our group, because you're doing even for the ones who are not on the live. Over 100 people reverberating the I am a winner and increasing your power. Put your hands together. I am a winner. 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 I am a winner.